Good morning.
Good morning.
Who do we have with us today?
I am Odie, Hiker's Hike.
And you do the Hiker Yearbook.
HikerYearbook.com.
So can you explain for some people who don't know what the Hiker Yearbook is?
So it is a photographic record of Appalachian Trail long distance hikers. And basically, so when you hike the Appalachian Trail, you get a trail name, like Chica and Sunset. So when you get home, it's kind of hard to find somebody by the name of Sunset because that's all you have. And if you look that up online, you're not going to find that person. So I created a way, it's a photo book with their name, their trail name, their real name, and their email. So maybe you only know their face. In my book, you can find this person and actually contact them. So my dream is to reconnect hikers after the trail.
Very cool. And we have the 2017 Hiker Yearbook.
And a bunch more now.
Yes,
Thanks to Odie.
yes, you brought a few yesterday.
And,
Thank you.
Did I give you a 14? No.
No, you gave us
I
three
will.
different ones.
I'll give you a 14. I have those as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And in addition to promoting your yearbook, you travel up and down the trail doing what?
Hiker support. I don't really use the word trail magic so much because I think trail magic is more volunteer work and giving to the trail and things like that, and random acts of kindness. Like if a hiker really had a need and you just happen to be there in that day to provide that need, then that's trail magic. So I do hiker feeds, but hiker support, give hikers rides, things like that, moral support. But I just hang out with the hikers that are on a spiritual journey, and I'm available to them in any way they need.
Nice.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. I live in a school bus. It's a fully converted 24-foot school bus. So I live in that 6 months a year, traveling Georgia to Maine.
Okay. And you just did some work in it, right?
Mm-hmm. I added
Nice.
a nice cedar to the front, and I put in the flooring, and I added an espresso machine.
Nice.
So I'm really excited about that. Like I finally got the power situation figured out. So I added an espresso, and there were hikers on Springer Mountain 3 days ago drinking cappuccinos. So I told them to get used to that because this is how it was every day on the 18th.
Right.
That's great. So where do you live the other 6 months of the year?
Most of the time, Alabama. This year I went to Vermont. I call myself locationally independent, but not homeless. Houseless.
Houseless. And the 6 months you're not living in the bus, you kind of work on the yearbook then also and
yep.
put it together.
The design there's a lot of detail in the design and the organization, the data entry, things like that. And then I find it really important to look up the historical facts of the year and in some way put that into the books, because I realize that these books are going to be on shelves in 200 years. Someone's going to pull it down and say, well, what happened in 2020? What happened in 2021? And I want these books to be a great representation of the hiking spirit that was presented that year.
Nice.
It's a good time.
And you're at Trail Days every year. You'll be there this year.
I'll be at Trail Days. Yep, I'll have my school bus at Trail Days, and I have some bracelets to give out, and hopefully some old yearbooks to sell.
Right.
Nice.
We'll see how that goes. I need to sell the books because they're in my bus and I need the space. So you could get a really good deal. Come to Trail Days.
Those books, yeah, they're big books, so
They're
they
big
probably
books.
take up a lot of
Hardcover,
space.
yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your thru-hike that you did on the 18th?
Yeah. So mine was the hardest thru-hike of all time. I started in 2013, and I started out in the snow. I do not like the snow, and I swore after my thru-hike I would never set my tent up in snow again without having already called the authorities for a rescue, because that's just ridiculous. But we went through the Smokies in a knee-deep snow, post-holing, and then did you know that the tops of the trees will freeze with ice from the wind blowing through, and then when the wind blows, those ice will break and it will shoot icicles at you.
Ice missiles.
Ice missiles. Yes, this is a real thing. That happened to me in
That
the
sounds
Smokies.
awful.
But it was great. I got through, and then the weather changed and got nice, all the way up. And Pennsylvania dried me out with the rocks and everything, and Maine tried to break me. But I spent 7 months on the trail. I started on March the 2nd. I started on March the 2nd because I could not find the Springer Mountain Trailhead on March the 1st, and ended up accidentally starting from Amicaloa Falls on March the 2nd.
Wow.
And then I got done on October the 12th with Nema, Chief Hiker Trail, and Mamacita.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a good day.
Did they have gut hooks then?
No, we didn't have gut hook then.
Wow.
No, we had to pull out the maps. This is back. We didn't have gut hooks. We didn't have Dixie.
What about AWOL guide?
We had AWOL.
Okay.
Yes, we had the AWOL.
Good.
So I carried the companion, the Alda companion,
Okay.
because it told you a lot of the history on the trail, and I think that's what gave me my respect of the history. Was every shelter, it would say, well, this shelter was built in 1939 or 1950. It was built by this Boy Scout group or this trail club or whatever. And then you'd go to just different points on the trail, and the Alda guide would say, well, this is what happened here, and this is why this is significant. So the book was a little thicker than the AWOL guide, but I carried that, and then for quick reference, I would just ask people that had AWOL guides what was going on. But now you pull out your phone and it's all there, all except for the history.
Yeah.
So I actually talked to Gut Hook. I'm a friend with him, and I said to him, I was like, is there any way to put historical, notes in there? And of course, he's always making the app better, so it might be something he does.
Wow. And can you tell us briefly how you got started with the Hiker Yearbook?
So then I got home from my thru-hike in 2013, and one of my best friends on the trail was Aristotle. He's deaf, and I speak sign language. So he and I hiked together for like 3 weeks. Great relationship. I mean, we really just hit it off. And then one day he hiked out of town before me. I was staying in a little later. I think I was doing laundry. And then I hiked out. And then I'm hiking trying to catch him. And I couldn't catch him. And then everyone said they didn't see him. And I was like, well, what do you mean you didn't see? He hiked out like half a day before me. So then I was thinking he was behind me, and I slowed down. And as people were coming up, I said, did you see Aristotle? No, I haven't seen him. So he just disappeared. I'm sure he got off trail or went home or something. Something had happened, but I never got his contact information, and I never got any name beyond Aristotle. That was the only thing I knew one of my best friends by. So when I got home, it was his name specifically, but there was a lot more people that I was just trying to find by only trail name. And all of a sudden, the inspiration hit. I said, if someone would do the work to get everyone's trail name, real name, and email with their photo, then we could reconnect hikers after the trail. And I think, and I hope that it changes the world in a better way.
Wow.
Because of that.
Well, clearly, the yearbook is a work of passion and not a financial one.
Oh, I made like $7 last year.
I know. So what is it about the hiking community and hikers in general that fuel your work?
Because of me getting on trail for the last 8 years and following the trail, I've seen people that get on this trail with major drug addiction that they're walking away. I've seen people get on this trail that have killed several people in wars overseas and have this on their conscience of things that they had done in their lives. Divorced, broken homes, family members dying. I saw one man, he had hiked where his mother, his wife, and his 2 children all died in a car wreck. And I see these people get on this trail with this extreme pain and hurt. And in some way, the magic of the mountains and the community restore what society would say is unfixable. And I've seen it time and time again. I know that there are people that have told me straight up, like, I sat down and said I was either going to kill myself or just go away. And then I looked up on the internet, how do you go away, and found the Appalachian Trail.
Oh, wow.
Like the trail is a place of this magical communion of people. It's welcoming to all religions. It's welcoming to all races. It's welcoming. Matter of fact, as far as the female-male ratio in my yearbooks, in 2019, I did the numbers, and we were at 41% female.
Wow.
Nice.
So I just think that this is just a holy ground. I think this is a small line in the dirt, and that it's worth giving yourself to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. Well, we're so glad you came, and we got
so glad
to
to
be with
here.
you again.
This is the
and
greatest place ever.
You're so cool to talk to.
I got coffee. I got donuts. I love you guys. I wrote this song. It's called Elvis Breaks Out of Jail. It's 47 minutes long. So.
Wow.
Okay,
We'll get at least 2 of it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
It gets really good in the middle. Okay, I'm just kidding. I don't know how to play guitar. I have no idea how to play guitar. I could do Yankee Doodle.
Nice.